Woo, that got my chest warm. Y'all, let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 getting leaked. I'm going to go ahead and just drop the information to you guys like you wanted. Yes, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been leaked. I was actually up around like 2 something in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I see something pop up that says GTA 6 leaked. Man, you know how many times I heard that. So I didn't even think about looking, but I said, you know what? It's 2 in the morning. Ain't nothing else to do. Why don't you just go ahead and look on it? So I click on it. There's a couple different videos. So as I look through the videos, there's a gentleman that has the videos up. And I don't know if they're still up anymore. Okay, I'm sure they've probably been taken down. But this gentleman had everything. I mean, you were able to see the protagonist. You were able to see it was in Vice City, it looked like. It was a female protagonist, just like they said. Everything lined up to what was real about the leak. I almost couldn't doubt it. So I want to read the article, but I'm going to paraphrase real fast and we'll get to the article. Pretty much a hacker has dropped over 90 to 100 videos. I heard there's more. I heard there's actual core game that he has more. There's a lot of information dumped. Probably one of the biggest hacks ever to happen, period, to a video game. This is major. Grand Theft Auto 6 is one of the biggest titles coming out. Everybody knows it. This is like as if the new Breath of the Wild 2 got leaked. Do you know how hard that would hit? That is major. So not only did we get 90 to 100 videos, there's more. And it was first posted on the GTA forums. Damn. Let's go ahead and give a bomb for that. You know what I mean? You got a shout out. You looking us out, man. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up the article and I want to pull up specifics. Okay? I want to pull up specifics. I don't want to get out of pocket here. Now, let me switch this over because I'm not sure which screen I have as my main screen. This usually happens. So if it jumps to the wrong screen and we start going into some like 360 space loop, y'all just stay there and don't move. We'll be out of it very, very shortly. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and pull it up on screen and let's switch it. Here we go. There we go. Bam. Okay, we should be good to go. Everything should be crystal clear. Good. Good. Can you see? Now, Dead Specimen, my man. Dead Specimen, by the way, Young OG. You guys need to pay attention. But the recent Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks are real, guys. It's not a joke. Okay? Rockstar Games has been demoralized by the massive data infiltration. I don't know how some people feel. Demoralized is a big word. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Let me go ahead because I'm gonna read through the article, but I want to jump to something that really is gonna probably what they say, ruffle your feathers. Might get you a little crazy here. Okay, so just walk with me on this one, guys. I'm here to say, and I'm gonna be the first one on record. You know what, Dead Specimen, I blame you for this. I'm gonna be the first one on record to say this whole entire thing is a setup. Hell, conspiracy theories, why not? I'm going to throw my hot take right now at the beginning. I think it's all done on purpose. Work with me on this. Work with me. A hacker hacks information for Grand Theft Auto 6, one of the biggest games that's about to be released. Now, let me ask every single one of you out there right now, if any one of you has raw footage or gameplay or actual files, whatever it may be, of Grand Theft Auto 6, what do you do? I'm going to tell you, majority of people, okay, majority of people. Shout out a couple people tuning in. Joshua Drake, I see you right there. My man Muse, Micro Gaming Repairs, I see you. Shout y'all out. But I want to say, what would you do? Because I can tell you 90% of people would probably look at using it to get some sort of advantage. Okay, we got my man Dead Specimen said leak that. Okay, I'm with you. Dead Specimen. I'm not mad because you would leak it. But what would be the benefit? A lot of people have something in possession that is valuable. They tend to want to reap a reward from it. A lot of people, if you have a treasure of gold that you found, and some guy says, hey, I'll buy it off you for $10,000, I don't think you're going to sell it to him for $10,000, knowing it's a chest of gold and the amount it could be worth. Yeah, it's an instant $10,000, but it's much more. And I just think the leak of this information and the timing is so perfect. Leaked data, leaked everything, all the information. We get a couple gameplay videos, but we don't get everything. Now the person that is the hacker behind this, there were points where they're actually requesting, what do people want to see? They were putting out more videos. Okay, more videos. And if you don't believe me, hold on, I wasn't supposed to do this. Because I told myself, Nick, I'm going to be a good boy today. I'm going to be a real good boy. I don't want to get my channel banned. But I think it's only right. I pull this up. I pull up the video, but I will pull up the channel. And I do tune it in. I got you there. I got you, Magnus, that Specimen Kyle. I got you guys. At any point, if anyone wants to jump in and say something about the hack, you can. Just let me know. I will add you in. We'll discuss. I have some questions for you. But I want to go ahead and pull this up on screen now. All right? Let's pull it up on screen. And I need some more Tito's. Hell, that Tito's got me litty. Shit. So this dude right here, no lie, I was up at like 2 a.m. This dude had like 8 videos lined up of Grand Theft Auto 6. This is no lie. 8 videos. I was seeing everything, bro. Everything. This was last night. I didn't even want to say last night. This morning. Because it was 2 a.m. This dude had every video. Now, I'm not even going to play the video because I'm telling you, the video got flagged. All the other ones were taken down. You can go ahead. You see the guy's name. You guys can pull him up on your own. That video is still there. And for some reason, they have not taken that video down. YouTube does some crazy stuff. But that video is still up right there. Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked footage. Let's go even further. Let's put GTA 6 leaked footage because everybody's been spreading it. And look at that. Of course, I'm not going to click on any of the videos. Hell, I love my channel. We worked too hard for this, MoFam. All of us, y'all guys included. I'm not about to throw it in the tanker. Okay? We know what's going to happen. Last time I did Battlefield 2042 early footage. I'll never forget. EA spanked my ass something hard. Drop a bomb for EA. Let's go ahead and give a bomb for EA. They spanked my ass so hard, man. I never forgot that ass whooping, EA. Thank you. Thank you, EA. Sometimes you need to get popped. You just got to get popped, man. And I ain't all for whooping kids' asses and stuff, but hey, sometimes you just got to get popped. And EA gave me a good ass popping. That's a little wild. I don't want to say that. That's a little wild. Ass popping. I don't want to say that's a little, EA gave me a good rocker with the fist. There you go. That's shit. I gotta dodge that. But as you see, all this is leaked footage. So look at the time frame: 17 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 1 hour ago. And this one says GTA 6, all leaked gameplay footage. So an hour, they combined all the footage, about an hour of leaked footage. So if you guys want to see any of the leaked footage, now's the time. Now's the time to take your ass on YouTube after this. Don't you take your ass there right now. Okay, but after this, I want you to go ahead and check these out. Okay, they'll be there. They'll be all over. They're leaked. They're out there. They're not dodging us now. It's not going to be, oh, they magically got rid of all the videos. That shit's not happening now. Trust me, it is not happening. So let's go ahead and X that out because we have the other article, okay? A hacker has infiltrated Rockstar Games' internal servers and sold 3 gigabytes worth of early GTA 6 footage, photos, and source code for the game. The hacker who also claimed credit for damaging the Uber hack. For those who don't know, Uber had a big hack, and I don't even know if I have that. I might actually have information on that because I do remember Uber having that big ass hack. But I ain't even gonna go to it. But nonetheless, this is the same guy. And I don't doubt hackers. Like you guys might think like, oh, yeah, taking credit for every hack. No, trust me, man. Hackers These are people who understand security systems and the way they work. Someone like I seen Dead Specimen. Dead Specimen, a young person that understands a lot about computers. As you age and as you get into the field of technology, you learn more. So, for instance, I was the guy in my college class that had the laptop that they gave to everyone else, by the way. Everyone had the laptop, but my laptop was running Killer Instinct, all the main ROMs. You know, I had controllers hooked up. We were playing NBA 2K in the lunchroom. Yo, I was that dude. Nobody else knew. Then there was somebody else who might have more knowledge in networking, but I soon started gaining that knowledge in networking. So that's just how it goes, man. So you don't ever underestimate a hacker. They will be on your ass, bro. Hackers will release your whole life. If you guys don't believe me, watch some of the stuff out there that the government has out there. There's videos out there that they have out there. Believe me, all our driver's licenses are probably out there in the hands of some Russian dude. Who the hell knows? All our IDs, social security cards, all that shit. It's out there. We've all dealt with some form of identity theft. Hackers can do that shit easily. Easily. And they sleep. Getting your identity is nothing. Hell, if somebody like me can sit here and reverse engineer certain things and get some information from you, I could imagine what a damn hacker could do. Okay. But reporters with sources close to Rockstar Games had confirmed the leaks are authentic. Drop a bomb. We got to drop a bomb. That was one thing I was hearing from everybody. Are the leaks authentic? Are they authentic? Is this real? Because I think it was Nier Automata. Okay, I don't know how you pronounce it. Nier Automata, whatever. But there was actually, someone said there's a hidden room and you have to hit this wall like 100 times. And there was people going crazy searching for this. And believe it was just a mod. So if this is a mod, holy hell did you go through everything to get a damn mod working like this? Now, hold on. My man, I got a couple people. Okay, I got my man. My man, Dead Specimen. So I'm going to bring him in. Now, this is the young OG, guys. I got to bring Dead Specimen in on this. Let me pull me up full screen first and bring my man Dead in. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think I got you in.
Can you hear me?
You know, it's a little
Can you hear me?
but I can hear you fine. I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me, sir?
Sweet.
Can you hear me? Okay. All right. We got a little delay going, but it's all good. We work through delays. We've done that before. I don't know why it didn't pull up your, usually it pulls you up side by side where we can see your little letter.
Well, and
of your name.
we're
hell,
kind of almost about having tornado warnings right now, so that might be part of the reason.
Oh, man. So everybody, first of all, man, we're going to go ahead and send prayers your way, man. Everybody right now send prayers to Dead Specimen. We don't want no tornadoes or no shit. If you need to continue this podcast in the bathtub of your basement, just let me know. You know what I mean? We can. hey.
Wait, who told you I had a bathtub in my basement?
You're a fool, man. So let me talk to you. You are someone I want to ask one question, and then I want to hear what your side is. But I threw out the hot take that this was all planned, that this was, I don't want to say a plan by Rockstar, but a marketing ploy to see and get a feel for what the reception would be for a Grand Theft Auto 6 that has a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 assets involved with some new things, but just to get a feel what people would, say about it. What do you think of that?
I think, honestly, that's kind of unlikely, mainly because I think there's sort of two problems with that theory. Number one, hacks are like basically as common as someone pointing out that the sun rose. It's so common now. Cyber attacks are such a common and sensationalized thing at this point that I think we're almost at a point where people just don't give a damn anymore. It's like, oh, Rockstar got hacked. Cool. All right, who's going to get hacked tomorrow? Oh, Apple got hacked. Wow, awesome. Oh, Sony got hacked the day after. So I don't think a hacking is really as effective of a tool of publicity as it once was. That, number one. And number two, Nick, did you die? Did Nick die? What happened? Can y'all hear Nick? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all still hear me? That'd be hilarious if I'm the only one on here now. That hijack is. I stole the show.
So we back. Okay, something happened with my internet. It was all me. is
Nick,
Comcast.
I stole your show for a minute.
I love that. You know what? From now on, I would love it if they just had a button that when I drop out, it just gives you the damn show. You know what I mean?
Shut up, right?
That would be
I was
nice.
gonna say I was really confused on why I was just sitting on you blowing your cheeks for like a good minute straight.
Now let's see how we can do this. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're getting us back. Now we're back. We're back. Okay. There we
Okay.
go.
How much did you hear? If you didn't hear any of it, I'll just TLDR it.
Audience heard everything, Death Specimen, but I didn't hear a damn. I didn't hear you go through anything. Okay. So
okay, I'll TLDR it so that the whole stream doesn't have to hear me say it again. Basically, hacks are common. They're really common now. People don't get as freaked out by them as they used to, especially when like WannaCry happened. That was like the big thing that scared everybody. Same thing with Spectre and Meltdown on Intel CPUs. People are not as absolutely terrified of hacks as they once were. So yeah, it's going to get them some publicity for a day or two. Afterwards, no one's going to give a damn. So that's number one. Number two, I think it's going to be a boy who cried wolf situation where a lot of these leaks that happen, like I don't know why, but this might get a bit controversial, but it's like calling election fraud. Calling a hack is now turned into this thing where whenever that's said, whenever a hack happens, everyone assumes it was an inside job, that the company did it for publicity. And it happens every time. Recently it's happened with every election. So, at this point, you're either setting your idea or you're not setting your idea on either of those sort of opinions. And a lot of people believe that this is the case just because, kind of back to what I was saying, where this is so common now that it's, almost comical how common it is. And I guess the idea people are getting is like, oh, you can't get hacked that much. Yeah, you kind of can. You can have really bad security as a big company. I had for my school, we had a bunch of laptops we had set up,
okay,
but we had to do a clean install of Windows onto them, but we couldn't actually boot off the flash drive because we needed to get into the BIOS, but it was locked with a password. And because it was a laptop, you can't just take the battery out to reset the password. So all I had to do was Google a website, type in the serial number, and it was able to key gen the BIOS password. Like, it's a lot of stuff that we think is so secure that, oh, it's password protected, it's X protected, it's Y protected, it's protected with a big 600-pound burly dude that's 7 foot tall. Yeah, well, a bullet can stop that, and there's plenty of digital bullets that can stop a lot of security that we think is top notch. So I think this is real, and I think that this. I mean, I saw a tweet that was like Take-Two hires private investigators, so they're going to figure out who this dude is. And you know what? Maybe he's in China, in which case he'll never get caught. Maybe he's in Russia, in which he'll probably get the personal private protection of Putin. It's very possible that this guy will either he's in a country in which they don't give a damn, or he's in literally any other country and he's going to get screwed hard.
So let me ask you this. I threw out, and that was great, explanation of what you mentioned. In politics, it does happen. In politics, a lot of times you just, hey, they did that, and I could say it's easy for Rockstar to throw this out as a ploy. Does this hurt Rockstar?
I don't know exactly why it would. I will say that there were a few people who were, throwing out the generic, this looks so like last gen like thing. But I'm gonna be real here. The people who say that are too stupid to warrant their business, because this is a game that I don't even think we're supposed to know exists wrong. They might have thrown a few things out. They might have just said like, oh, this is happening, but we knew nothing beyond it happening, and I think someone had said something about the female protagonist. So other than that, we knew nothing about this game. So the fact that someone went in and leaked a game that we basically knew nothing about, and people are complaining on how it looks, I'm sorry, you're just too dumb to even have an opinion on video games, nor to buy video games. I'm surprised that you haven't decided to never earn money because you think that dollars look too old.
And I'm gonna tell you,
They're the kind of person to say that the Canadian dollar is outdated because the Queen just died.
yo, you speaking facts right now, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people do not realize that one, just because something's uploaded at a time doesn't mean that that's the time they had it. That could be the alpha build from 2019.
That was,
right?
I think someone else had said that this the build. I don't know how they figured this out. This could be just total bullshit. So obviously take this with like a room-sized grain of salt. Apparently, the build they had was a year old. So we're talking about a year-old game that's not even really coming out for 2 more years. So a 3-year-old from what should be the final build. Yeah, it's probably not going to look very pretty or good.
I'm with you.
Granted, with how AAA games have been in the past 7 years, I wouldn't expect it to be good 2 years post-release date, but I digress.
Yeah, I'm with you. And looking at it, first of all, I mean, let's be honest. Grand Theft Auto 5, the story was great. I loved it. But that was the end for me. The online is what made the money. That's what made the money. And if they followed or used some assets from the previous version, let me ask you this. Let me clarify some things. In-game development, like you mentioned, a lot of people do not understand how much goes into development cycles. For instance, the alpha versus a beta build. When people see this, what do you think the general consensus is when an average person sees this? Do you think majority of people think this is like the full game, or do you think majority of people do realize that this is, just a work in progress?
I would like to believe, and especially with the people I hang around with, that it's the most people that realize this is an alpha, beta, zeta, omicron, delta, whatever build of the game. But I think, especially with a game as popular as Grand Theft Auto, because, okay, if this was Half-Life or Garry's Mod, you're localizing it for the most part to PC players. Some PC game. When you're a PC player, I would argue that there's a sharp uptick in likelihood that you kind of have an idea of the game development cycle, especially with graphics card patches and all that kind of stuff. With patches to make it work with newer hardware and all that kind of stuff. You're more aware of the continuous development cycle versus a console game, and honestly a game that I'd argue is console at heart. I mean, it came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and the PC version, honestly, I mean, a lot of people, minus the mods, a lot of people think it's kind of a crappy port. At least from what I've seen, it's not optimized very well. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I at least the loading times at least are terribly optimized, even on my SSD. When you have a game this mainstream, you're going to get people, like my siblings, who might look at this and not realize that this is a game 2 years out, at least, and from a version of the game that was made when this game was 3 years out. And so I think for this game in particular, you're going to have a lot more lean towards people not realizing what part of the cycle this is in. It's an interesting question though, because I really do think it depends on the game, and who the game is targeted for.
No, I'm with you on that. And looking at the videos, there were a lot of things that I seen that show development. It's capturing certain parts, even the dialogue. You started seeing certain different interactions happening on the side at the time with the dialogue. So if it was fake, I was like, oh, someone went through, hell and beyond to damn near make a new game to fake it. So I'm glad it was confirmed.
What's the net total in time of the leaked footage? Like how long, how much time do you need to watch it all?
So from what I've seen, an hour, 1 hour.
Ooh, okay. So that's a good amount of time, but okay. So obviously Rockstar confirmed that, like, yes, this happened, but that's an interesting thought. I mean, you give yourself a year or two. I can make an hour's. Give me a few years in a lot of classes, I could probably fake an hour's worth of GTA footage.
And you know, I never put it past anybody. So I want to bring in Kyle because Kyle did ask to come in on this subject, which you both are young gentlemen that are very hip to what's going on in the scene. Kyle, can you hear me?
Hey, we got the
Yeah,
KD.
yeah.
Oh man, Kyle, no go G. So Kyle, as Dead Specimen has went over some of these things, what do you think about Dead Specimen's take on what it is? Now I had the hot take that this is
Okay.
marketing conspiracy, that it was done on purpose. That was my hot take. But what do you say?
There's no way that they would show specific debug menus because they are showing they're using an open source piece of software for the
Okay.
debug menus. And you just wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. But like you'd want to have as much credit going to you as possible. But if you look at what they're using for their debug menus, it is identical to what Restream uses. I have the Rona right now, just that kind of sound. Yeah. Anyways, some other thing. The year it is from. Okay. We look in the debug menus, we can see some information. We could see driver versions, we could see the Windows version, and we could see video card. The build came out post 2019 because they are using the version of Windows called 1909, which is November of 2019.
Can I push back on that just a little bit? It is very possible that they just don't update their systems.
Is that
Sure.
possible?
I'm
Kyle?
saying
Is
the
that possible?
minimum. Did you not hear what I said? The minimum. I specified. It has to have come out post 2019.
Oh,
I
that's
see what you're saying.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is using a 3080 video card on at least this one that I see here. And I haven't actually checked driver version.
Wait, it's using a 3080. Okay,
It
so
is
at
using-
minimum it's 2020, right?
I'm pretty sure 3080 came out late 2019.
And I thought 20,
20,
I don't know
20,
why.
20 series was 2018, 30 series was 2020, and then 40 series is this year, I believe.
Okay. And
Someone fact check us.
drivers, drivers would typically be updated more often.
Can someone fact check us?
So the driver version seems to be from 2021. So there's that.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I just want to say, I thought just looking at the footage, every time something's leaked. So, for instance, if I take a trip and I'm going to Florida, I'm not going to post the shit when I'm at Florida. So you could just come to my house and ransack it. I'll post it a month later. So I didn't doubt when it was posted that it was old as hell.
So wait, what I'm wondering though is, so was this did the guy like steal a build of the game, and did Nick? Oh no, never mind. It's just me lagging. Did this guy steal a copy of the game and then record it himself, or did Rockstar just have footage of the game and he stole like MP4 files?
Well,
And
that's another thing we can assume from the fact that they are using the exact same computer with what seems to be the same drivers for both a 2080 Super and a 3080. That they were probably done on an actual test bench.
Huh, that's interesting, because I don't know what idiot thought to just have footage of their game laying around, because at least you can DRM a game in like a heavy-handed, we have to connect to an internal server for the game to run. You can't really do that with a video file, so someone really messed up in just letting that stuff sit on the server.
Yeah, and I want to say this about the guy hacking Uber a moment ago. I seen somebody mention that. Let me ask, as younger gentlemen, you guys, what is it about the new generation with hackers? Is there some sort of like underground where a lot of the Generation Z, the younger people coming up, kind of want to have this, I don't want to say control over everything, but it almost seems as though the younger generation has good concept of the way this tech works, as both of you are showing now. You guys understand it.
So, first of all, me and Dead Specimen both have no lives outside.
Yes, yes, I'm going to vouch for that.
Anyways, okay, so
love y'all, man.
I can't think
Okay, so
I
let me
had
ask
something
you,
in my head, but I lost it.
and Joe
Here,
and my
I'll.
man Joe wants to come in as well. We'll just well turn. I know my man Joe. I want to bring Joe in, but that's best. You got something to say before I bring
So,
Joe?
so where I was going to go with that was that I think you could almost honestly, I'm agreeing with you on that, Nick. I just the best way I could put this is put this in the context of literally any other technology ever created in human history, where you guys have to learn it. We lived it ever since I was born, give or take a few years. But basically ever since I was born. And same thing with Kyle. And Kyle, I don't know. One of us beat each other out only by a few months. I think. I don't think any of us are like significantly
Yeah,
older than the other.
you are
Um,
older.
yeah. So you especially. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Again, it might be just by a few months, but you especially. Every moment of your life, you have had this kind of technology around you, and the world has adapted to it, and we have just. I mean, we would have to adapt in the other direction. And so when we kind of live and breathe this stuff, and we know, like, we've been made very clear to us that in the future that this will be how our future runs entirely, we get a better idea than I think anybody from, maybe millennials would do fine, but anyone older than that is when you really get into territory where there's a certain level of learning that you can't really physically get because when this stuff is around in our early development stages, that's how you think about it and how you can adapt to it, compared to someone who grew up without it at all or very little. Maybe had it in their school computer lab and nowhere else until they were 30 and had $10,000 to spend on a crappy computer. It is kind of a whole different world for us compared to a lot of older people.
No,
Yeah, like
you're preaching,
so,
man. You're preaching. Go
so
ahead.
my dad was a computer guy in my family, right? So like when I was really young, like 4 or 5, he built a computer for me and put it in my bedroom. So, like I've just always had access to it. And like it was connected to a domain server, so I had early knowledge in Windows networks and all that stuff.
I just started off with a Nintendo DSi at age like 7, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to harp in on that is because when you mentioned hacking and how people don't understand how easy it is to hack. And I remember my first time learning how to hack a web password or a WPA password. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've learned the world. But you're right. That's me learning it. I could imagine you living it, experiencing all the time. You know how serious you might be more likely to carry a phone without internet than I am because you understand what can come with
Well,
it.
I might even push back to a certain extent on that. You're totally right, but at the same time, I mean, Kyle, you're a little. I'm gonna be real bit of a nut job on this. I respect it, but you are a little bit of a nut job on it to a certain extent. But
Genius. Yeah,
I'm almost
Return to it.
I'm almost in the camp of I am kind of shit with my OPSEC because I'm fully aware of the risks. And maybe saying it like that's wrong, but the fact that I'm willing to just kind of not give a shit what apps look at my location or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'm fully aware of the risks, and I just don't care. Um, that's one of the big things is that you've got a lot of people who they don't know they don't care because they don't know the risks. I don't care because I know the risks, and we're kind of in a world right now where you really need to just know the risks. If I know what the worst case scenario is for what my technology is doing to me, I can minimize the damage. Phone, where all I do is watch YouTube and talk to friends and say weird conspiracy theories on a podcast.
And,
Yeah,
like,
chances are all
use
buying going
Signal.
on my phone isn't that big of a deal. But if I have another phone that I've put like a Linux custom ROM on that I communicate through Signal only, and maybe every once in a while send an encrypted email, and I only talk to people about important stuff in an empty room, Well, there you go. Nothing that I need to keep private is not private, and everything that I need to keep private, everything I need to keep private is done in a private manner. And oh no, some app leaked the fact that I went to a fucking bar, or that I decided to watch a YouTube video on cringy Deltarune fanfics. Oh no, my life is ruined. But no, people put all their eggs in one basket, and I think it's to a certain extent a problem with older generations and some newer generations that only use their phones for Snapchat.
Scare me, man. Like if I'm
Right.
talking right now and and Alexa listening to me, you know what I mean? Google listening.
Oh, here's the thing, Moses, you damn well know you're on the FBI watch list.
Yeah, I've been on the list for a long time.
Yeah, but you also are. Keep in mind,
We all
the
three of
last
us are.
member who
All three
signed
of
up
us
for,
are.
Max consoles.
Yo,
Yeah, they got my ass. If they got screenshots of Max console before it got taken down, I'm right there, man. All three of us are on the watch list.
So then
we
again,
all hot as hell. We messed up.
back to the Uber
I'm gonna
hack.
bring my man Joe in because Joe did have something to say on the
Hang on.
subject.
Let me
He's gonna grill
say
our
my thing
asses.
about the Uber hack real quick.
My
going on,
man Joe, what is on? How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, Nick. How are you? My friend supposedly is sending me. He's actually uploading it privately. Let's see if this works. Probably can't see that because of the glare.
We've been ignored.
I
It's
might
the,
get-
Yeah, I have.
it's the raw. It's the raw videos. Now I'm listening to three of you gentlemen speak. Is this real or is this not real? But you guys forgot something very important. Wait, are you guys still there?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh,
Hang
I'm sorry.
Before you get into that part, I need to say something really quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, the Uber hack, it is not the same person. The Uber
Okay.
hack was a team.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kyle.
They
Thank you.
publicly boasted about them doing it immediately.
Oh wow.
That
So
is
let
what
me-
the Uber hackers did. They were not smart. They were quite stupid. They just immediately were like, yeah, we got access through this IT guy. We also have all your data now, and
Yeah. So get
Yes.
this. I'm listening to you gentlemen talk about, is the video real? When was it made? Is it real? Is it fake? When was it made? So this is what you guys forgot to say. All you need to do is take the video and look at the metadata and see when it was made.
that won't work on YouTube. You are very
Oh, no.
incorrect about
If you
that.
have the raw, supposedly, I don't know if it's real or not. My friend's sending me the raw footage. When I was at work, someone posted the archive for the game footage. It said that the person included music videos and also raw gameplay. So if this is real or if it's not real, I'll look at the metadata, but I have no idea if it's real or not. So that would be
Well,
pretty
we
cool.
know it's a real leak. That is confirmed, right? What we
Yeah.
were discussing is if it was leaked by Rockstar.
And I want to say this, Kyle. I'm glad that you are on that with the real leak. Now we have articles out there. It has been confirmed, but Kyle, from your standpoint, what did you see? If you've seen any of these videos, what are the things that you look for to confirm that these things are real versus a mod or just someone doctoring it up?
Okay, well, a few things here. Take-Two killed it immediately. DMCA strike gone. The videos themselves are quite long. There's a lot of information in them, and like it would take months to do this. You'd have to basically make the entire game, make it look good. You'd have to have the ray tracing because you could tell ray tracing.
Yeah.
Now
And
I saw a
So
couple
you'd
of-
either have to have a AAA development team that made the fake version, at which case why not just make your own game, or just like it's either that who spent millions of dollars on it already to leak it, or it's
I saw.
Yeah. So with
Yeah.
the hack, how do you know that it was someone different? We got someone in the chat saying it's the same guy. What information do you use?
No.
Can I
It is not the same guy.
can I ask a different question? Who the hell
Take it.
cares? Who cares? Why does it matter?
Okay, listen. Here's what's happening, right? The guy saw the Uber guy and wanted the publicity for it. That's what it is. They are
Maybe
not.
There's a thousand other different
Maybe
hacks. Pretend you're the Nintendo leaker. Remember the Giga leaks? Pretend you're that guy. Why the fucking Uber hack? Because
It was
that guy
very recent,
leaked
and it was
possibly.
in main news.
So did that guy leak personal info, or was that just what did that leak even entail? Because I didn't hear about that.
They didn't actually leak anything either. That's the thing.
In the
So
private
why do
chat
people?
room, oh, sorry. In the private chat room, somebody said you can't believe anything what people say. It was like a 4 or 6 gigabyte archive. It has music videos and it has raw music and it has gameplay. He's going to upload it to me privately because the link got taken down very quickly. So I'm going to check it out and see what it is.
Joe, PM me that on Facebook.
Yeah, same.
Yes, we'll do.
Not on
if you-
Facebook. You don't
if
have
you
Discord, do you?
Yeah,
Trust
No, he
I
doesn't.
need-
Even though we
It should be on
fished him for like
Discord.
2 years to get one.
Yeah. Now, here's the deal. I'm not hating on the game. I'm a big GTA fan. I've been playing GTA, when you guys didn't even know what PS2 was. Me and Nick, because we're old. Here's the deal. If you look at the game's graphics look very shitty. It looks like it's either rushed or let's just say it's fake. Let's just say, pretend. If it's fake, it's probably a combining of games. Because when I first saw the little clip of it, I swear to God, I thought it was Cyberpunk in that cafe that Nick was covering over the video. Seriously.
I have to interject real quick because I just remembered this. Do you guys
That's why we got y'all here. Let's hear it.
do you guys remember? Oh my God, when was this? This had to have been like over 5 years ago when ISIS tried to make a recruitment game based on Grand Theft Auto. Do y'all remember that?
I think I remember that.
No.
So I
wouldn't
wouldn't. Yeah, look, Review Tech USA did a good video on it. I wouldn't honestly put. Look, I do believe this is real. I wouldn't be past someone though to be able to make a Grand Theft Auto ripoff. Like it's very easy apparently.
Okay, and
Yeah.
it's possible.
Because
but
when he's open world,
what
only
Kyle
world
said-
experience.
Kyle specifically said that Take-Two were quick to jump on these. So if it was fake, I would agree. I wouldn't think Take-Two would really even care.
But here's the
I
deal,
mean,
Nick.
here's the thing though. I mean, a lot of games look very similar nowadays. There are some games. Breath is a great example of a game that has its own unique art style, but a lot of these AAA games look very similar. Who's to say that these guys didn't make such a banger game that it actually did kind of look like the GTA 6 alphas, and they got confused and were like, "Fuck, we don't know. Let's be safe and take it down."
I can't say it. You're right.
But here's the deal. Let's say it's fake. Let's just say it's fake.
Okay.
Just hypothetically. Maybe the reason why they jumped and they took it down was because the game looked like shit, and they said, "Wait a minute, people are gonna get so disappointed with this." I don't know.
That's totally fair. I'm with you on that. That's totally fair.
Okay.
Didn't
But,
they
you know,
already say
you know,
they confirmed it was real? But not just that. Not just that. Nobody has that budget to even make that. I'm sorry. Even if it was that bad of graphics.
Yo,
There's no way there's that budget
I
for
mean,
a fake video that you
You
cannot
think-
they
monetize.
don't necessarily. Here's the thing. They didn't necessarily need to make this from scratch. The Gary's Mod 2 beta has been out for a while, and it runs on Source 2. So it's very possible that they could have forgotten that. I mean, I haven't seen what it's like because it's been in a closed beta for like fucking 17 decades now.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
this also might be combined footage.
It
If it is
I mean, yeah, I mean, it could be that or some pre-made sandbox game
it
that
is
they just
not
maybe
combined
modified in
footage.
some way to make it look more like a linear kind of sort of like sandbox, but with story mode game like not Gary's Mod, fucking Grand Theft Auto is.
Yeah.
I'm with Joe. Joe said one thing that was very on. Let's play and say, hey, it's fake. And let's play both of them. From what we get from Kyle, based on what you've seen, I don't know if you've seen, let me ask, did you see any of the videos first?
I have seen a little bit of some of them.
Now, have you dealt with any development of games as well? Do you have the understanding how that works?
Oh yeah, I completely understand that what they're doing is impossible if they're not going to be able to make money from it.
So
Unless
what
it's some
is-
guy who has a huge backing. And even then, he'd have to pay somebody else to do it for him. And then that person would have come out and said
who's
something.
to say this guy hasn't done other hacks in the past in which he's stolen a lot of money?
Cool. So then you're admitting that they can do hack that specimen.
Get the
Yeah,
money.
that's right.
You know,
Yeah, you're right.
fair
Yeah.
enough. That's well, okay, yeah, but a lot of people also suck with their Bitcoin wallets and keeping secure. So this guy could just be some like script kiddie that did some basic shit to steal some money from people, and then was
and
like,
paid so
"All
many
right, well, I got
millions of
money.
dollars to make a fake game,
Yeah,
and
let's
then
make a
have
game."
those people not come up and say it's fake.
Yeah, and not only that,
Yeah, well,
this
yeah.
is
It's been done in the past. Grand
biggest
Theft Auto
leak.
does not qualify as a game anymore.
I mentioned that. But the biggest leak, this is the big. So let's play the other side of it. If you're the hacker, what benefit do you have in leaking this?
Wow.
What benefit? What is it?
Blades and glory.
Publicity.
Okay. Now, in the hacker community, especially for you younger gentlemen,
I'm sorry. I love how we all unanimously agreed just immediately.
Yeah.
like glory, yeah, it's all for the fame. So for the younger gentlemen coming up, that specimen, let me ask Kyle. For me, I think simply like, hey, it ain't worth that. Like, I'd rather get profit than glory. For the younger generation coming up, how big is it to have that fame? Is fame more important than money?
They could not have sold it. Period. Nobody would buy it. Nobody would believe it.
I have an idea, possibly.
How would they not have been able to sell that?
I have an idea. If just that possibly profit not in this hack alone, but in look what I can do. Hey, other hacker groups, recruit me. And this guy might be getting messages behind the scenes saying, "You've proven yourself. Come join our group, and you can make millions." That's, the publicity wasn't you and I going, "Holy shit, this dude's good." The publicity was some other group going, "Holy shit, this dude's good."
Now, I have a question for anybody who heard about this. I just heard about this late this afternoon because I was busy working. Is this going to be a story mode, or is this going to be only online, or nobody knows about it?
So
from what I heard,
I've been hearing the word protagonist thrown around, so assuming there's a protagonist, I'd assume it's the story mode.
I swear to God, if it's online only, I'm not going to even fucking pirate it or
here's the
or
thing.
buy it.
Hey, you couldn't have pirated it if it was online only. Because
You can still pirate stuff that's online with the Switch. They dump
Jack off box. Y'all ever play Jack off box? That game works pirated.
yeah, well, that's because they have terrible security. That's because they're
Yes.
stupid.
they don't care.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
They want
If you
you to
pirate
buy
it, you cannot play it online.
I know.
The people
Oh.
who crack it would have to write their own software and have their servers still stay online. Rockstar doesn't actually host their servers if they're peer-to-peer, but they still have servers that are connecting them to each other.
They better have a good story mode, not like one of these like half. I guarantee you that this game's going to be busted like fucking Cyberpunk. I'm sorry, Cyberglitch 404. Guarantee it's going to be busted.
Looked at it. I'm gonna be honest.
404.
It looked legit.
Not fair.
It followed the storyline with the protagonist that is supposed to be in Vice City, some Bonnie and Clyde style. Okay, the talking, the voice acting sounded real. Okay, you got to go above and beyond to get that racist voice that I was hearing. Okay, that man, he was good. Okay, I said, holy shit, that's real voices right there. So it was so many little things that I agree with Kyle, but I don't put nothing past anybody. Okay, it is possible that
This is gonna be a repeat of Halo Infinite, where it's not gonna be necessarily that it's glitchy, but that it's just gonna have a lot of features in whole missing, and it's like they're gonna do some shit where it's like, oh, online mode is released, but wait 2 years for story mode to come out.
It's
Do you know what's
possible,
amazing?
but not plausible. Okay.
Not going off subject or anything, but you know what's amazing with how big Halo is for Microsoft? You don't hear anybody talking about the new Halo game. Nobody talks about it because it was such a big disappointment. Everyone got pissed off with it. You don't hear anybody.
Everything's a huge disappointment. I think this whole talk is like, honestly, it really does seem to point back to how all of these companies are completely missing the mark. And let's be real here. I think if a lot of these companies just started going back to their fucking roots of just making good games, and yeah, I'm not saying that it would stop. I'm not saying it would stop hacks. That would be silly. But a lot of the reasons why these games take so long, and, like Grand Theft Auto 6, I would argue it had no reason to take as long as it did. Why did they do it? Because they knew that they could milk Grand Theft Auto 5 for all that it was worth. They could have had this game out in 2020. I could bet a good amount of money that if they had actually just given a damn about going, oh, this game did very well, let's make another one but better, that they could have gotten that out in 2020.